Vyse has finally been teased through VCT. Just last night we saw a few snippets of her abilities, her kits, just her general look. And yeah, she's definitely going to be an interesting character, so let's just take a look at a few of her abilities. So one of her first abilities right here is called Share. Let's just take a look at the video. Alright, seems pretty simple. When an enemy triggers a share through motion or whatever, I think it's just motion, I don't think shooting would trigger it or anything. I'm not entirely sure yet, but it just triggers a simple indestructible wall. The wall seems taller than the enemies. Right here in the paragraph, it does say that the wall only lasts for a brief time. So I don't think it's gonna take, too long before it drops, but it's pretty cool that the wall is indestructible. It's a pretty big change from Deadlock's wall, Sage's wall. But yeah, her next ability is called Razor Vine. Let's just take a look at this video. So right there, based on the snippet, we could see that it takes the form of a KJ molly, where you could like manually detonate it or like a cypher cage. And when an enemy does get caught in it, and then they're not only slowed, but they also take damage per step they make in it. But yeah, once again, it's like a combo of, I think, Sage slow, KJ molly. Pretty interesting, and it'll be pretty cool to see how this plays out in game. Her next ability is called Arc Rose. Oh, I've seen snippets of this one already. This one definitely seems to be like the biggest game changer for a Sentinel, because this is like the first Sentinel out of like the other 5 or 6 that are in the game that actually has a blind. So let's just read the description first before we actually like take a look at this one. So you could equip an Arc Rose, you could target a surface to fire it, or all fire to replace the rose through it. You could reuse the blind, or reuse to blind all players looking at it, and the ability can be picked up to be redeployed. So let's take a quick look at how the blind works. Yeah, just like that. You can place it through walls, you can put it on a wall, and you can just blind at your will. This is the first Sentinel that actually has a blind, I'm pretty sure. So this gives her kind of like a initiator type of feel, in my opinion. I think this could definitely, like, at least in ranked play, like make us see more double Sentinel comps, where like Vyse is used more like an initiator. Doesn't really have info abilities truly, like all she really has is share. You kind of detect enemy presence, I guess. But the blind is pretty cool. Yeah, this is her last ability, her ult called Steel Garden. Let's take a look. Yeah, based on this, whoever's caught in Steel Garden, they can't use their primary. There's vines wrapped around the gun. There's a little like error sign on their crosshair, bro. And yeah, they can only use their secondary or their knife. I think this could maybe impact the economy as well, because if people recognize that Vyse is old, maybe they'll buy sheriffs or maybe a shorty or even a ghost for a better secondary to try to do more damage. But this definitely reminds me of an initiator ultimate in every way. Like, I feel like this is something that I'd use to like entry on a side or even retake for sure. Yeah, I think Vyse's ability of Steel Garden mixed with Arc Rose definitely gives her a more initiator feel. She's not a true Sentinel, I don't say, but she's not a true initiator either, because she doesn't really gather info besides share. But yeah, I think she's a good hybrid character. She could be pretty broken depending on who plays her, in my opinion. Whenever she drops, I'm definitely gonna do ranked videos where I'll play her for maybe a few hours, give my thoughts, see what happens. But yeah, that's all for now.